Well, welcome to the KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Channing Curtis in for Laura Papetti. Well, today is expected to be the busiest travel day of the year. And this is actually what the Spokane International Airport looked like around 5 a.m. this morning. So you can see the lines were pretty long. AAA is predicting that more than 100 million people will travel over the Christmas holiday. That's up more than 30% from last year. If you're headed to SeaTac Airport, an estimated 135,000 people will pass through there today. Our sister station in Seattle shares more.
It's looking busy already this morning. As you can see behind me, lines are starting to queue up there. But the airport tells me the big concern is actually the drives coming into the airport, both the upper and the lower drives. During those busy times, they can actually back up all the way to Highway 518. Take a look at your screen from video we shot yesterday showing some of that traffic. The airport says people got used to driving themselves during the pandemic. They're not taking public transportation or ride shares as much, and it's creating backup. So what can you do? First, take the drive with less traffic. So in the morning, that's the departures drive, and in the evenings, take the arrivals drive. That will help spread out the amount of cars and vehicles coming in during those busy times.
It's back to busy is what we're thinking about, and it's a reminder to the folks who haven't been traveling for a while, been a year or two since you've been to the airport. Think about those same things that we've talked about for years, which is get here early, plan your trip in advance, expect some potential delays, and keep those in your planning.
Another tip also to download the Spot Saver app, where you can actually reserve a spot in the security line, which airport officials tell me has been a big success since launching in September. But back at the airport, officials also tell me they're prepared for the expected snow that might be coming our way as people head home from being with their families during the holidays. They say they have a 4-step plan, so that's good to know, but just another reminder to head to the airport early and keep out for any reports from the airport. For now, reporting at SeaTac International, Angelique Hockaday, KREM 2 News.
Well, if your holiday plans have you hitting the roads, you'll have plenty of company. So here's a breakdown of when and where you'll see some of the biggest backups today.
WashDOT expects travelers leaving today to really start to see some congestion in these 3 areas. So if you're traveling out on I-5 between Lacey and Tacoma, these are the times you want to avoid. That's between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Out on Highway 2 between Stevens Pass and Skycomish between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. And on I-90 between North Bend and Cle Elum between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. So again, these are the times where you'll be dealing with that stop and go traffic. They also expect that you will see some congestion out near the Canadian border, but they aren't able to tell you the best or worst times to travel in those areas.
Now, if you are hitting the roads today, of course you have questions about what the weather is going to be like. And here's a live look outside right now of Spokane, and you can see the roads are still pretty clear, even if it is a little bit wet out there right now. Meteorologist Jeremy Legou is joining us now from the Weather Center. So Jeremy, what can we expect for the rest of this afternoon and even into the evening as so many people plan on traveling today?
I think we catch a bit of a break. Now, don't get me wrong, we are still going to see some showers, and just not that long ago, I was walking outside and I was going, this is kind of miserable. It was big, fat, wind-blown snowflakes that would hit you and melt as they did so. And I think that's kind of what we get here in Spokane today. Tomorrow is when that starts to shift, but let's talk why. Right now, 34 degrees in town, so we are hovering a little cooler than we were this morning. I really think we did hit our high temperature early on today, and that was 39 degrees. And from here, it's temperatures dropping. That's the passing of the cold front. It does what cold fronts do. It's coming down as snow here and in Coeur d'Alene, but it's melting as fast as it does. 36 in Sandpoint, already up to 38 in Moses Lake, and that's thanks to the wind. The wind is going to continue to be gusty through the afternoon. Thankfully, we kind of see the worst of it, but now it's going to usher in some cooler temps. Up and over the Cascades, we now have a winter storm warning in effect until 4 a.m. on Friday. That's for blowing heavy snow, 7 inches expected in a few locations. What we've got going on here in the inland northwest, well, that's our rain and snow mix now working its way out. Seriously, that's the backside of the front. And as you see, as this thing continues to work its way out, we're basically done with the snow here in Spokane. We'll even see some sun as it goes down later today. The chance of snow, that's tomorrow. We'll see bands of snow moving through as that cold air continues to funnel in, and that is what gives us our best chance of a white Christmas as temperatures finally start to fall.
The COVID-19 Omicron variant is surging across the U.S. At last check, experts identified more than 400 cases in Washington state. That includes an outbreak among teens on the west side linked to 4 wrestling tournaments. Nationally, cases are doubling every 2 to 3 days. And experts warn that this new surge is also bringing another round of COVID fatigue. That's when people become emotionally drained due to the outbreak.
The problem is that our healthcare system can't handle this. And then the problem that we risk is not necessarily that we can't take care of the people with COVID. It's that we can't take care of the people who have cancer and who have trauma and who have, all those other things, congenital disorders, and who need elective surgery. And it trickles down to all those other things. So it actually is a huge healthcare disaster for everyone, even if you don't have it.
Leaders are warning vaccinated people without a booster are still at risk of contracting the Omicron variant. They recommend getting the 3rd shot as soon as they are eligible. Now, Washington state is launching a new way to report COVID results from at-home testing, so people can anonymously let others know of a potential exposure through WA Notify. Now, since the app launched, people with positive tests from a lab have automatically received verification codes. But now, people whose at-home tests are positive can get a code as well. For more information on how to set up WA Notify on your phone, all you have to do is text the word notify to 509-448-2000. We'll send you that link right to your phone. And speaking of COVID, the rosters are quickly changing ahead of the Sun Bowl. Washington State University coaches are announcing that several players are opting out of the big game. Those players include running back Max Borghi, offensive lineman Abe Lucas, and cornerback Jalen Watson. In the meantime, the University of Miami is facing a COVID-19 outbreak among their team, but the coaches say the team is still planning to play. However, they will only get to Texas one day before the game because of COVID protocols. Now, don't forget, you can watch that game on New Year's Eve right here on KREM 2.